This way.
You said you wanted to be a hero.
Wish I hadn't.
Good things were.
Last week, I played Final Fantasy VII Rebirth on PS5. 2 demos, each 25 minutes long, that gave me enough of a taste to know I'm more excited about the release of this game on the 29th of February 2024 than I have been for anything in my life, ever, I think. I mean, my wedding and the birth of my daughter were both pretty cool, but they're not running around a fully explorable Junon with Cloud and the gang in glorious 4K, are they? Your chocobo even has a hat, for crying out loud. To top it off, halfway through writing this video, Square Enix went and dropped a new trailer during the recent State of Play, which just finished me off, basically. I honestly can't cope. So, following my hands-on, I'm going to share with you 5 reasons Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is the most hyped I've ever been for a game, and then go and have a lie down.
How did you ever get to be a soldier?
First reason, yes, you get to control Sephiroth in battle. Fans have been wondering how this bit would be reimagined in the original Final Fantasy VII as Cloud regales the team with Sephiroth's villain origin story. He's there in your party, showing off his prowess by dealing obscene amounts of damage with the Masamune. It's a shocking, albeit brief, glimpse of Sephiroth's strength, but in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, this section has been expanded massively. Now, as you clamber towards the Nibel Mako Reactor through caves glistening with materia, Sephiroth is fully controllable as soon as combat begins. He has his own moveset, his own alternate stance called Retaliation, where you can parry incoming attacks, and, most excitingly, can perform a synergy ability with Cloud, which was just too much for the 13-year-old version of me who lives in the back of my brain to handle. It's called Double Helix, and when I did it against the Materia Guardian boss, I could have cried. This is like watching Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker team up. Beyond all that flashy stuff, you've got the base level thrill of controlling such an icon. Just moving Sephiroth about and performing his basic sword attacks made me feel starstruck. A real moment to savour. Speaking of those synergy abilities, it's not just Cloud and Sephiroth who get to enjoy them, but any combination of 2 party members. Cloud and Red XIII, Cloud and Aerith, Red XIII and Aerith, you get the idea. Also worth noting is there are 2 levels of synergy. Synergy abilities are the big cinematic flashy attacks, more in line with limit breaks, whereas synergy skills are smaller in scale and impact, but can be used without consuming ATB charges. Hold R1 to guard, and available synergy skills will be displayed, all with various useful effects. What I love most about these skills and abilities, though, is how they reinforce character relationships through gameplay. The allure of Final Fantasy VII, for me anyway, has always been this band of heroes and their story. There's just something about this group, something timeless and iconic that's endured for over 25 years. Seeing those relationships spectacularly interpreted through the medium of combat is just one more thing the remake project is doing that, as a long-time fan, makes my heart swell. Probably the most exciting thing about Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is how we've left Midgar now. We are in the world. We've been promised a more open game packed with side quests, mini-games and beautiful places to explore, and from my brief hands-on I can say the game looks set to deliver on that promise. What I played was a condensed version of what will appear in the final game, but roaming the wilds outside Junon felt like such a departure from the tight linear spaces of Remake. The scale and beauty of it was something else. Junon looming above a behemoth of guns and girders, its enormous cannon directed at a horizon that just feels like an irresistible invitation. In the immediate area, I zipped about on a chocobo, and you really have to see Red XIII riding a chocobo, sniffed out treasures, visited a chocobo ranch, and set about culling 4 notorious fiends infesting the area. I was propelled along by my limited time with the game, but can tell this is an area I'm going to spend hours in come Rebirth's release, slurping up every last optional RPG morsel. Heading into Junon proper, I was treated to my first look at a Final Fantasy VII Rebirth settlement, the underbelly of the town, evoking the Midgar slums of Remake.
Welcome to Under Junon, our sunless oasis.
But what was immediately apparent, and this is the 4th reason I'm so hyped, was the visual leap from Remake to Rebirth. The depth and density of detail in the underside of Junon was really something. The sunlight reaching around and slicing through the steel, almost symbolic, as if to say, hey, this is the game where the size and beauty of the wide open world bursts through the urban shackles of the previous title. This place felt alive. There was a real hum of humanity as I dashed through to reach the demo's climactic boss battle. It's outside you really feel the difference, however. It's like Final Fantasy VII set free. Remake nailed the suffocating oppressiveness of Midgar so well you could barely move for rust and rubble. With Rebirth, you get the sense the dev team is going for it with the same joyous freedom as these chocobos. Green, blue, gold, grass, sky, sunshine. From the release date trailer and my hands-on, it's immediately apparent Square Enix has gone all out here. It looks astonishing, from the gasp-inducing vistas to the micro-detail on rocks and blades of grass. This is a world I and millions of other fans have held in their minds for over 2 decades, now brought to breathtaking new life. It's that same feeling we all had in Remake when seeing all those characters for the first time, but now for the world itself. That's the magic of these games, magnifying the emotion, building what has for so many years been just a dream. Seeing this place in Rebirth is something else. That moment from the original game when you leave Midgar for the first time and see fields and mountains stretching before you. It's that, once again. Probably more than anything else in this video, it's the promise of properly exploring the world of Final Fantasy VII that has me so excited. I just cannot wait. The 5th reason has less to do with my hands-on and more to do with info from a roundtable interview posted on the PlayStation blog directly after the recent State of Play trailer. Featuring producer Yoshinori Kitase, creative director Tetsuya Nomura, and director Naoki Hamaguchi, the final question of the roundtable was, how far into the story will Final Fantasy VII Rebirth take us? Tetsuya Nomura responded by saying Rebirth will take us up to the Forgotten Capital. And if you don't know what happens there, I won't spoil it. But if you do, yeah, the big question raised by the ending of Remake was, will everything happen as it did before? Or could there be a chance to change things? It looks like we're going to find out in Rebirth. This game is making me giddy. It's like a childhood wish inexplicably come true. Big up to that eyelash I whispered to back in 1997. You really came through. Well, that eyelash and the dedicated team of talented developers who've been working for years on a game I cannot stop thinking about and won't stop thinking about until I finally have it on my PS5 on February the 29th, 2024.
Nice work.
Let us know in the comments what you made of the recent trailer and this brand new gameplay. Give us a like if you're excited for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and subscribe and click the bell to ensure you don't miss any of the numerous videos I'm going to make on it between now and release. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you again soon.
PlayStation